Good morning, Triton. We're here with another heart-pounding, earth-shattering, tear-jerking, mind-melting episode of VTV.
And if that wasn't good enough news, today's Friday.
Up first this morning is our second in a series of videos spotlighting elective offerings for next year.
Have you ever wanted to learn how to play the guitar, but lessons were too expensive and finding a teacher was a hassle? Well, you can take a class right here at Triton and learn how to shred like Jimi Hendrix. And best of all, it's free.
I'll expect to learn more in this next segment about Music 1, 2, and 3 classes.
This course right now that we're in, there's actually a couple of courses meeting at the same time. We have Music 1, which is sort of the introductory beginning guitar, bass, and drums learning. And then we also have, in between, there's a Music 2, which sort of builds on those skills, and then there's rock bands, where students form ensembles. They come in and they're already proficient on at least one of those instruments, and they come in and we make ensembles out of them, and then we can do performances in the cafeteria and at some of our concerts and such.
Why did you sign up for this course?
I've been playing guitar for like 5 years, and I needed to rebrush up on like everything.
Anybody can take this class because based on who comes in, we start where we need to start. So even if you've never played guitar before, you could come in and begin to learn, or bass or drums. We do the most basic thing. If you already have some skills on those, then you should come talk to me and we'll just try to fit you into the correct level.
Why did you sign up for this class?
Because I taught myself how to play ukulele over the summer, and I tried to teach myself how to play guitar. I couldn't do it.
These courses are all half-time electives, and they're actually meant to be able to sort of dovetail opposite PE or opposite part-time drama or opposite some of the other part-time classes in our department. We're going to get into some writing our own music. Actually, one of our people in rock bands writes her own music, so there's plenty of room to sort of explore, and putting together performances is, I think, the unique part of this particular class.
Now that she's back from that soul vacation, tracing her way through the constellation.
What are some of the things you enjoy about this class?
Really just relearning like all the basics that I haven't touched bass on in like 4 years.
Right now we're learning how to do bass lines, which is cool, on guitar, so then when we get on the big bass we can play it better.
These courses can provide a lot of fun. It's something completely different that you don't do other places. Music is, as many studies have shown, really good for your brain. And you get a chance to work. They tend to be kind of smaller groups, I think, sometimes, and because they're part-time, we can do that. I think you get to work in a different way with people than you do in other classes. It's not sort of paper and pencil. It's very hands-on. It's very experiential, and there's plenty of room to pursue things in a way that you want to, and maybe some things that you're interested in outside just exactly what I'm giving you in class.
I like coming here like every couple days and learning how to play the guitar, and it's fun because to get out of class and just play guitar for a little while, it's like a good break.
What would you say to a student who is interested in this course?
To do it because it's not a waste of time and it's actually fun.
And it's a really fun class and you won't regret it.
Over the last couple of years, we've heard a lot about the need for a new stadium here at Triton. In fact, as it stands today, ours has actually been condemned.
Many of us thought a new stadium was a pie-in-the-sky pipe dream, something we'd never see in our time at Triton.
Well, as it turns out, that dream is closer to reality than we might think. Plans have been drawn and models have been built that actually show what a new stadium would look like. Take a look.
In 2011, we began a journey to repair the existing stadium at the Triton High School. With bleachers dating back to the 60s and a track last renovated 15 years ago, the situation was growing dire. The track has not been used for competition since 2011, and the bleachers have since been condemned. What began as a donation from the Institution for Savings to repair the track has now developed into a much-needed full stadium development project. With an eye towards improvements even into the future, changes to the size and shape of the field would prohibit us from simply relaying the track in its current shape and location. Our new home will be the Triton Memorial Field at Institution for Savings Stadium, and we anticipate that it will bring in significant revenue from outside groups that will protect and maintain the initial investment to build. The original schematic designs called for a new 6-lane oval with an 8-lane straight track in a significantly wider layout to allow for MIAA regulation-sized artificial turf for soccer, field hockey, football, and lacrosse. In order to accomplish that change and work within our confines along the marsh, we will remove the visitor bleachers and have all spectator seating on one side, with ADA accessible seats, a press box, and a capacity for 1,500 fans. There will be a walking path around the entirety of the track and along the marsh, which will provide an improved spectator experience and breathtaking views. Upgraded lighting fixtures provide both a more efficient lighting source and also a much more directed, non-glaring lighting on the field surface. While the majority of the project hasn't changed in scope since the original design, the one addition has been the inclusion of an amenities building. To remain in compliance with Massachusetts plumbing codes, any changes to bleachers now require sufficient restrooms within the stadium complex itself. Initial plans assumed we would have a simple restroom building, but keeping the revenue potential as a guiding principle, the committee agreed, with support from town representatives, that a more developed amenities building is the most cost-effective plan. The building will be the entry point to the stadium, and in addition to the restrooms, will also include a ticket window, concessions area, storage, and a very basic team room. The project has stayed very much on schedule, and we currently have 100% submission plans that are being used for all permitting processes. These plans include the overall layout of the stadium, including track, field, and bleachers, as well as a more detailed layout of the entry. As mentioned, the amenities building will be the entry point to the stadium and will provide unrestricted access to local residents who want to use the track during off hours. Over the coming months, the plans for the building will be further developed and shared. With the project planned to go out for bid in April, subject to town meeting approvals in May, that construction could begin as early as June 1st, and our student athletes could be competing on the fields and track by mid to late September. There have been many similar projects completed at other schools in recent years that give us a real-life snapshot of what our finished track and field will look like. The most recent and most identical layout to our project can be found in North Reading, Massachusetts. Here you see the same layout as we have planned, with a 6-lane oval, 8-lane straight track, full-width synthetic turf, and a 1,500-seat bleacher system. To get a closer look at what the bleachers will look like, Bridgewater State recently installed a bleacher system with rear access like ours. Notice the main deck of the bleachers right up against the track and elevated for improved viewing, and the full press box with a rooftop filming area. There are ADA ramps on either end of the seating, 2 main stairways in the middle section with walkways underneath for pedestrian traffic, and storage behind screened chain-link fence. You can also see an example of a hydrolift, a basic elevator system that provides ADA access to the press box. It's exciting to see the plans as they've developed. We now have a basic 3D model of what the stadium will look like. Shown here, you can see the planned entryway as you approach the stadium from the parking lot. Spectators will have a beautiful gathering area inside the entry, with access to the restrooms and dual concession stand windows. They'll move into and out of the stands via the stairs and ramps at each end of the bleachers, or via the walkway and rear entry stairs at 2 points along the length of the grandstand. Panning backwards, you're able to get a very good understanding of what the finished product will look like as it sits nestled between the middle school, tennis courts, and the beautiful marsh. The overall design takes full advantage of the existing layout and further capitalizes on the gorgeous coastal setting that is the Triton campus. It's our belief that Triton student athletes and performing artists deserve a high-quality facility to practice and perform within. Families have a choice where to send their students in Massachusetts, and while Triton is primarily successful because of the outstanding faculty and staff that we're proud to call our own, facilities play a key role in parents' decision-making process. This project further emboldens the Triton Middle and High School as a top-tier school and celebrates the importance of the well-rounded student.
It's that time of year again, time for the annual Spring Blood Drive.
So, if you're 16 years old and your blood is of the red variety, please consider donating to this great cause.
Every pint is important, and it could save someone's life. Many of us have pets that we love like members of our family.
The sad reality, though, is that local animal shelters are still crowded with abused and abandoned animals. But what can we do about it?
Jenna Lane created this next PSA to remind us, the next time we are looking for a new dog or cat, to consider adopting a lovable shelter animal.
The spring musical is here! This weekend on the Triton stage, many of our talented theater students and musicians will be presenting the musical Leader of the Pack.
The show is packed with classic songs and fun costumes plucked directly from the 60s.
Come support your fellow Vikings. Call it a date night, or just a night out with friends, or just a night out if you don't have any friends. Show runs tonight, Saturday, and Sunday.
Here's Austin Pasek and other members of the cast to tell you more.
This is Austin Pasek speaking to you from the high school auditorium as I go behind the scenes of the upcoming musical, Leader of the Pack. I talked to the cast and asked them a couple of questions about the show.
What made me sign up for the show was I basically have done the musical since I was a freshman, but I like the fact that the musical is in the 60s. And yeah, it's funky and it's fun.
I did it because I heard about them when I came into the high school as a freshman, and I did it last year and it was a lot of fun, and I'm doing it this year too.
I signed up for the show because I've been doing the musical since freshman year, and I've really enjoyed getting to meet people, and it's been a good time, so I thought I'd do it again for senior year.
It's a work in progress. No, it's good. It's good. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's seriously good. It's fun.
The plays are a lot of hard work. You have to get everything perfect. But you know, once you get past that process, you know, it's fun to see everything come together.
The show's probably been the most fun I've had here. It's super high energy, the music's really fun, and it's kind of stuff our parents listen to, maybe grandparents, so it's kind of good to have that music around still, and it's pretty uplifting.
My favorite part of the show, don't want to give away too much, probably the I Wanna Love Him So Bad and Do I Diddy mashup. It's probably my favorite.
Yeah, that's my favorite too. It's pretty much the first time we meet as characters. It's a lot of fun.
Indeed. My favorite part of the show is probably the finale, which is to do Run Ron. Because it's full cast and everyone's in it, and by that point we're done with the show, so we kind of just get to have fun, and we know the dance really well, so we just kind of get to go for it. I think the show's going to go really well because we have a really, really talented cast and a lot of really talented crew members, so the show's looking pretty good right now, and I think we're ready for next week, and it's going to go really well. Smooth.
Hopefully smooth.
I think it's going to be smooth.
Well, there you have it, folks. The show's gonna be a blast. Come and see Leader of the Pack on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 7 o'clock, and on Sunday at 2 o'clock. And you will see a lot of good actors perform their best production yet, including myself. For VTV, I'm Austin Pasek, and until next time.
That's all we have for you today.
We'll see you again next week on
VTV.
Good morning, Triton. Perfecto. That sounds like a disease.
Let's do it with as much energy as possible. All right. Have you ever wanted to learn to play the guitar? Today is Friday.
You sound like the ShamWow guy.
I know. Excuse me.
That better have been fake.
Tessa, what's a pipe dream? Are you my pipe dream? Do people call you Jacob?
No, that's not my name. It's just Jake. Actually, I had a dog we got from a shelter, and he was a psychopath, and he bit people. He once bit the crotch out of someone's pants.
The spring musical is here.
But spring isn't. The show is packed.
Yes. Do that. We're doing right hands first. VTV.
That was a bit flat, I think.
We're not good singing.